This is Chico in my investing series videos. So yeah, I guess everybody's just like praying to the heavens or reading as much as they can, watching as many videos as they can about what's going on after the Trumps were announced by the Trump's administration. Donald Trump himself is with his universal tariffs. Like the previous tariffs was like not enough, so he had to like throw universal tariffs all around, and and it doesn't really make sense. He's like, it's greater for America in the long run, but I mean, like, in what way? I don't really understand that plan. To get something back from these countries. Hey, this is like a global economy. We trade so that some people makes things a lot cheaper for you. They got less regulations. They got lower cost of labor, lower cost of materials, and then you take that stuff and you enjoy it, and then you make like really nice stuff like AI or like software, and you export that kind of stuff, and yeah, and you're on top of the world. I understand, like, okay, like, are you being treated fairly or not? That's what he's claiming, and I don't really fully understand that. I watched some other videos, whereas Donald Trump, as an example, where Donald Trump has claiming that Canada was treating the United States unfairly and saying that their tariffs against like dairy are like 250%, which is somewhat true. I mean, it is true, but I watched it according to that video that you need to hit a certain quota before you are subjected to that tariff. So in the past few years, like nobody's ever paid that tariff to Canada because it was not, you know, applicable for the amount that was being exported from the United States to Canada. And so in that case, it's like, well, geez, I mean, like, you can't use that as an example of something that's being unfair, or at least you're not explaining it completely. So, anyways, yeah, the it's just a mess. I mean, okay, you wanna maybe he has a point, but hey, this is not how to go about things. Yeah, at least in my personal view and personal opinion. And in this series, we were doing good last month, and we bought stocks in our portfolio, which we'll go to the desktop soon to show you, to recap on it. We bought Robinhood, we bought Broadcom, Avadgo, we bought Carvana at certain prices, and the portfolio is down. I guess anybody owning stock these past few days is beaten down. Now the question is what to do. I'm not here to go into short selling or any of that. More in this video series is just about buying short term, long term, medium term to make money from purchasing and selling it back out. So with that said, like, we have to try and figure out, is there more downside to this? And that's the $1 trillion question, because we don't really know what the Trump administration may do later. But for now, it seems like he's playing a real tough guys game of at the table. If we were using a metaphor as a card game, he's trying to show no weakness, and he's trying to not bluff, and he's holding to his word. So if that's the way it's going to be one long bumpy ride, and that's an understatement. So what to do? I mean, if you think the market's going back up and we hit the bottom, then you just hold on to what you have, right? Or you maybe even buy more. If you think it's going to go sideways, then you got to be more picky and choosy about your stocks. If you think it's going to go down, and I think, given the situation, maybe that's what we should anticipate for. Sell some of your portfolio that and buy back in at a lower price. And maybe pick and choose which ones you think are going to be more sensitive once the tariff starts to take more of an impact on the economy. Or you can sell everything and then just, if you think it's really going to go down, and just buy back in at a lower price too. So, okay, let's take a look at our portfolio on the Webull. And here are the stocks that we have. We have Robinhood, Avago, Broadcom,
really called Broadcom and Carvana. These are the prices that we entered at. So we have 400 shares of Robinhood, 100 shares of Avago, and only 50 shares of Carvana. So we didn't we don't have heavy holdings for our portfolio on any one stock. And now our portfolio went from about over 100K when it appreciated last month to 104, 105, 103. I can't remember exactly the numbers. I mean, if it was around those, it was around there, 104, 105, and now it's down to 90K. But we still have $54,000 worth of cash on hand. So in our scenario, we still have a lot of cash, and we're just going to wait for the stock prices the markets to see where they're going. It's likely I'm guessing they're still going to go further down if nothing changes with the tariffs. So we'll wait a little bit longer and decide on what to buy more. Now within these three, I think Carvana sells cars domestically on the used car market. Robinhood is trading stocks, crypto, and also predictions, and that includes sports games. So I really like that. And Avago is more of a global company with chips, but they're a great company. So I don't really want to, at this point, sell any of these and hope to buy lower for this portfolio, since we already have so much ammo in the chest still, which is like 54K. We'll just wait until the market comes down, which I think it will, and we'll buy some more.